Well, good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever that is you're looking at this. So, story time. So, this was back in like 1983, 84. Um, Sometimes I get those years mixed up a little bit too much. So, I was in the Army at the time, stationed in Panama, which is where I met my wife. And so I was at this place called El Rancho. And I used to go there every once in a while, about once a month, and I'd go and uh, like El Rancho de Jardín or something like that. It's off of 4th of July Avenue in Panama, or Cuatro Julio. And it was a really nice restaurant, and they had these really nice traditional dancers that they wore the traditional, the dress that women wore and men wore, and they put on these fantastic shows, and they had pretty good food. And so I would go there and I'd get me have me a couple beers and get me a nice steak and just, relax and watch the show. And so one day when I was in there, this guy was sitting at the table next to me, and we struck up a conversation between each other. And he was an old Navy vet, and he was down from New York visiting. And so, he was there on vacation. So we sat there, and, he invited me over to his table. We sat there, and, he really liked his not martinis, his margaritas. And it was the first time I ever had a margarita, which is why I remember this. And so he was drinking his margaritas, and we sat there and had a nice dinner, watched the show and all. And he was like, "Well," he said, "if you ever get up to New York, look me up." And of course, I never did. I forgot his name, forgot who he was. So I guess about 15, 20 years later, here I am. I'm back home, back in the States, and I happen to be off during the day, and I turn on the TV, and well, goddamn, there's this guy. Regis Philbin. Had no idea. We sat there and enjoyed a meal and enjoyed the show, and just basically bullshitted back and forth to each other about the Army and the Navy. And he was a nice guy. And I just thought about that today for some reason, and just figured I'd share that story. I met Regis Philbin and didn't even know it. So, wear your mask, keep your distance. If you're not vaccinated, get vaccinated. Stay safe.